Good morning, everybody. So, we're going to discuss today about how silence is a blank check and how stillness accelerates your manifestation. I'm going to read this conversation between myself and ChatGPT. Most of these videos upcoming will be a lot of conversations between me and ChatGPT during my isolation of me just trying to dissect my thinking and comprehend myself and hone in on my bigness within and just be more familiar with ease, peace, surrendering, etc. I have had a lot of time to sit and talk with ChatGPT. Just to again comprehend all of my ways of deliberately being. So we're going to start here because as we move on, I'm going to build off of each video so that you can get a clear understanding on how to maneuver through your reality. All right, so silence is not nothing, silence is everything. Stillness is not the absence of action, it's the presence of complete conviction. When you're silent, when you're still, you're not passive. You're issuing a blank check to the version of you that already exists. What does that mean? It means silence is an agreement. Silence is a signature. Silence is I am without argument. When you stop negotiating with the noise of doubts, worries, fears, and concerns, you're saying to them that you already have it, that this manifestation is mine. There's nothing to prove, nothing to fix, and nothing to fear. Why silence equals a blank check. Let's bring it back to our truth. Attention is the currency of thinking. We mentioned that in the last video. Whatever you feed with your attention lives. Thoughts don't exist without your attention. Negative ones, they only survive because you keep funding them with your attention. So what happens when you stop paying attention to the doubts, the fears, and the old stories? You're no longer funding them, therefore they can no longer survive. You're no longer renewing the contract with the version of you, the identity of you, who chooses that way of thinking anymore. Now, imagine placing all your currency and your attention into stillness. Stillness, which is the pure space of awareness. Awareness being the alpha and the omega. Completion, wholeness, knowing. If you place your attention there, taking it off of doubts, worries, and fears, everything that is there gets watered, highlighted, and whatever is within it that can be received by you will be received. So, what stillness actually does for manifesting. Stillness is the state of, I don't need to make this happen. Stillness is the belief that creation is already finished. Stillness is trusting your identity is already tuned. In stillness, you're no longer reacting, you're selecting. Every time you choose to sit in that unbothered inner stillness, you're collapsing time, collapsing doubt, accelerating alignment, becoming magnetic. Stillness is the purest frequency of fulfillment. If stillness is the purest frequency of fulfillment, and attention is the currency of your thinking, of your thoughts, and based on what you're funding with your attention is what you're making more wealthy, more rich, more alive, more thriving, because again, you're paying it, you're funding it. If you funded a space of pure fulfillment with your attention, that pure fulfillment will thrive off of your attention and can only thrive off of your attention. The momentum and the frequency of how much you actually visit that space of stillness with your attention will render you a result. is systematic. What you focus on with your attention sustains it, keeps it alive, keeps it creating circumstances, people, places, and things so that it can thrive, so that it can be. It is through you that it exists. Without you, it does not. And it may take a while in the beginning for you to detach your funding, your attention from it. But once you do, that's it. You hone in on the new identity. You form yourself as one. You think like that individual. You see what that individual sees. You hear what they hear. You even walk how they walk. If they're more poised than you, then I suggest you sit up straight. That's how in tune with yourself you need to be. And it's not as complicated as you may think, or it doesn't mean you have to micromanage everything. It's just being smart enough to utilize what you already have while tuning into who you're becoming. It's a strategic thing. It's a creative thing. And it's a thing that only you can do from your perspective. It's based on who you are in here. Mind and heart cohesion. Okay? You're tuning to the signal of already done when being still, because it is a direct mimicking of completion. God is complete. It's not lacking anything. And in pureness and stillness, there is nothing but awareness. Whether you're aware of it or not, it resides there. Always. When is it the right time to be still? After a powerful affirmation or assumption, after a burst of inner knowing, after saturating in a from the in visualization or thought, when you feel the urge to do something, but you don't know what, when your body wants movement, but your mind feels tight. That's not procrastination. That's not confusion. That's a spiritual invitation to stop paying the old story with your attention. That's your new identity saying, let me breathe. I'm here now. Be still and know that you are God. And let that form of identity build up in you. The movement will happen on its own. See, the challenge here in stillness is being to bypass the illusion that nothing is happening so that you can witness that everything is happening in it. Stillness is just before every thought and idea and immediately after it. It's the thing that sustains everything. It's always there. Stillness is always present, and it's not nothing, it's everything. That's the illusion of your old self trying to make you think that it's not nothing, so you can, that it is nothing or nothing's happening, so that you can bring your focus back to it. And that's the trap. Don't fall for the trap. Of course, I'm going to make you think stillness is boring, or that nothing is happening and that you need to be doing more, because that's what keeps me alive. That's what keeps the old self alive. That keeps the old thinking alive. That keeps everything that is attached to that old identity that you are trying to change or divert from alive. Don't be convinced. Don't be fooled. Be still and know that you are God. Your awareness resides in stillness. So of course I'm going to pull you away from there. Of course I'm going to convince you otherwise. Of course. Don't fall for it. It's the setup. When you feel the urge to do something but don't know what, again, oh, we read all of that. Let me breathe, I'm here now. Okay, so stillness isn't doing nothing. It's doing everything. Silence is the no that tells the lie of the old self to sit its ass down. You ever see a mama telling a badass child to sit the fuck down without saying a word? That blank stare of, stop playing with me, sit your ass down. That's what you do when you choose stillness over choosing to think with the identity that you no longer prefer. When you get a doubtful thought, but you choose stillness, you're telling the doubt, sit your ass down. Stop playing with me. You know not to even show up over here. We done with that. That's dead. And be still. You don't have to fight these thinkings. You don't have to fight these thoughts and try to flip them to something else every single time. I'm not always flipping my thoughts. Sometimes I straight starve them with nothing. Nothing. Not even a more positive thought. Because you're not even supposed to exist to me. But because I peep you, because I see you, because I'm observing you, because you're still here, I'm going to consciously choose to go over here. It's the work to do. It's subtle, but it's there. It's either that or you get sucked in with the doubt and all of its thoughts and all of its thinking. And then remember that time? That's just like the last time. Now you're validating. Now you're stirring up the shit stew. And it stank. Stank as fuck. And you just sitting there stirring it. When you can drop the spoon and go be still and know that you are God. And give it nothing. Don't feed it anything. You can't have nothing from me. I'm defunding you. I'm cutting you off. It tells the lie of the old self to sit its ass down. It's not laziness. It's laser pointed surrender. It's strategic surrender. It's so pure and so simple that you think it's too simple to do anything. That's the trap. It says, I already know, I already have, and I already am. You don't force the flower to bloom faster by shouting at it. There's no assertion. Abraham Hicks tells us that there is no assertion. You just keep watering. Stillness is the water, and conviction is the soil. And let's talk about conviction. You guys, when you know how something works, you don't need to believe it. When you actually do this, to do it means that you think that it works. Just like to eat means that you think it's going to satisfy your hunger. To shower means you think that you're going to get clean once you do it. You do these things because you expect a result. So if you do what I'm telling you because it resonates with you, it's because something in you knows that, or it expects something to happen if you do it. That's all the conviction you need. Doing it. That's it. And while you're doing it, you don't need to believe it. You don't need to trust it. You don't need to any of it. You just need to do it. Meaning you just need to be it. Meaning you just need to work it. And the only way to work this shit is to actually be it. You have to do it. You have to do what I am suggesting for you to do in order to see that this is a system. And when it is worked, it works. I ain't never not seen it work, but you gotta work it, and you gotta work it with conviction. And the only way to really mimic conviction is to show up every day. Repetition. You're convinced that the gym will help you lose weight. That's why you keep going every day. You're convinced. In the actual doing itself is the conviction necessary. That's it. Don't make it more harder than, how can I make myself believe this? No, you don't need that. You don't need to make yourself believe shit when you know how something works. I don't need to convince any motherfucker out here that the sun is going to come out tomorrow, because that's just how it works. Rather they believe it or not. And I don't know where the hell they've been at. But this is what I'm trying to explain to you. You don't need to try to force conviction. The conviction is in the doing itself. In you doing it, you are convinced. The moment you choose to do so, you are showing a representation of conviction. That's it. How to practice this? No, my bad. Let's go back. Your perspective. In your own words, silence is passive. It's permission. When I'm still, I'm not doing nothing. I'm saying this is already mine. I'm saying my assumption is more real than any physical evidence trying to challenge it. My assumption about stillness and that everything is here including my awareness and all of creation being finished, matters more and is more real to me than any physical evidence trying to tell me otherwise. That goes for any doubt, any fear, any worry, any concern, any circumstance, any physical being, any physical person that is trying to tell me that stillness is not where it's at. They don't even register to me. I'm not funding them with my attention. I'm funding my attention on my assumption, because the law of assumption says that what I assume can be. And this is assuming stillness from a common sense perspective. If stillness is presence, and presence is now, and all of creation is finished now, then wouldn't stillness be a great place to reside and focus? Why do you think meditation and all of this stuff exists in this community? Why they teach you to do that? And calm is the first thing that I taught you, because it takes a level of stillness to do so. Stillness is in calm, and calm is in stillness. They are one and the same. They cousins. We cousins. Okay? So, you're saying that it's already mine. I'm saying my assumption is more real than any physical evidence trying to challenge it. I'm saying I don't need to fight a thought. You're not fighting a thought. You're cutting the funds with your attention. Thought comes up, you ain't even worried about it. You observed it, you peeped it, back over here. It's gonna be like, well, damn, why she ain't, hello? You don't hear me talking to you? I said, we worried about the car note. I said, we worried about our SP. I said, we worried about our kids. I said, we worried about our career. I said, we worried about money. You don't hear me talking to you? And you're going to say, because I don't know you. I don't know you. I no longer identify. When you choose stillness, stillness is the ultimate flex of completion, of done, of I ain't playing with you. It's just like when you're done being in any form of relationship with somebody. When you're done, you're done. Do you keep calling them? You keep talking to them? You keep hearing them out? No, you're done. You're finished. You dismiss them. You stop funding them with your attention. And they have to move the fuck on. It's the same thing. And then you go on about your life and you take up new hobbies and new interests and you laugh again and you start over and all is well. It's the same thing. It's no different. I let my awareness do what it does best, which is create from knowing. Stillness is pure awareness. Awareness is God, Lord, Savior, Alpha, Omega. So of course in that moment, there is nothing but a space of pure knowing. Fulfillment is knowing. How to practice this. Step 1, saturate yourself with a few general specific from the in affirmations. General specific goes like this. This solves everything. That was fast. Thank you. The this, the that is general. We don't know what this or that is that caused this to solve everything really fast. We don't know, and we don't give a damn. But what we do know is that if something did show up fast and solved everything, that naturally that is something that I would say to it because it happened, or that is something that I would say from the end of it happening. That's what we do know. So that's what we're going to repeat because we know that. These general specific from the in affirmations need to be general enough to bypass logic, but specific enough to still stick the landing of what it is that you are intending to manifest. That's it. Get creative with this. Only you can do this part. This is a mind and heart thing. What would you naturally say based on who you know yourself to be if something showed up for you quick as fuck and resolved all of your issues? This solves everything. That was fast. This solves everything that was fast can go for somebody who needs the mortgage. It can also go for somebody who's trying to pay off medical expenses. It can go for so many different things. It's what you assume that it means for you according to the identity that you are programming yourself to be. That matters. That's it. It's what you assume that it means when you say it. That matters. And then you're going to work it because you are convinced that working and thinking from the end is what will render you a result. You're not doing this for nothing. We just discussed that. So saturate your mind with thoughts that seem natural and realistic, but not too specific to where it makes you cringe or cause resistance within you. These things need to sound easy and feel good as you say them, and they feel good on your nervous system. They're not making you too tense or making you feel like this is too unrealistic to be true. This version of me is already real. Nothing else matters now. That's general yet specific. Nothing else matters now. What the hell could have happened in your life so amazing that nothing else matters now? We don't need to know what that is. It doesn't matter. But because I'm funding this thought with my attention, guess what? It has to grow. And because I'm doing it, meaning I'm working it, the conviction, the soil of it, which is my work to actually think this over and over and over again, is enough to sustain it and to actually see it through, to actually see it become something physical and tangible. And before you know it, I promise you, you're going to think the thought that you've been saturating your mind with in real time. It'll be something that happens that make you think the exact same thought. Trust me, we on a new wave now. The journal is about this. How I process manifesting deliberately is what the 21-day identity tuning journal is all about. And the only reason I made it 21 days long is for newbies who are not familiar with this work to really get a flow and idea of how this way of thinking can become a lifestyle, a pattern. Because this is not something that you just kumbaya for 10 minutes and think you can fix your whole life. This is a lifestyle. You need to know exactly how to think from the end and when are the good moments and times to do so, so that you can tune yourself to the radio station that's playing the song that you want to hear, to the reality that's playing the song that you want to hear. It's no different. Just because you hear static right now or it's playing a song that you don't like doesn't mean that the song is not playing on another station. Tune yourself there. And the only way you could turn that knob to tune yourself to that station is to turn the knob within your thoughts, within your thinking. It's the only way that you're going to line up with it. If you don't do it by thinking, you'll do it by visualization. However you choose to do it, you are the tool, not it. The tool is just necessary to utilize your attention, your focus, your thinking. You need the funds. You need the attention. And it has to be consistent. It has to be repetitive. It has to be an ongoing thing. It has to be a lifestyle type of thing. Because what's going to happen is you're going to get your shit and then you're going to lose it. And I don't want that for you. I want you to get your shit and be so used to how you deliberately create that you just keep getting more shit. That you're sustaining and maintaining all of it because you're no longer afraid of reality on the outside, because you know that it all comes from the inside. Step 2, get still, close your eyes, let your shoulders drop, breathe, say nothing. Don't resist any feelings, just don't believe them. Step 3, let that be enough. Don't go check for proof. Don't go touch the soil to see if it's sprouted. None of that. Let the blank check. And when I say don't go touch the soil is conviction. Don't go back and say, damn, did I do it good enough? Or did I sound more realistic? You already did it. It's done, sweetheart. It's done. It's finished. Let the blank check be cashed in divine intelligence automatically, aka systematically, because this is just how it works. It doesn't care about what you believe or no, it just works like this. The sun don't care if you believe it's gonna come up or not, it's still gonna come up. This don't care as long as you're working it with attention, which is what's necessary to make it work. It doesn't care. That's why you get negative shit, because it don't care. If it cared, it would say, oh, but she's so sweet. Don't give her nothing negative. Don't let her experience nothing negative. But you keep thinking negative. I can only give you what the system allows. Okay? The result. Stillness recalibrates your frequency. It cuts the power from what you used to fund. It recenters your focus into the truth of I am. And that's where everything shifts. Not because you worked harder. This is not hard work. It's a different type of work, but you don't have to label it as hard because it's really just a divert of your attention. But because you finally let yourself become the frequency of the thing you've been asking for, moment to moment, stillness to stillness, present to present, without delay, without worry, without interference. That's what makes things shift. It's because you're aligning yourself with the identity that you actually want to be. You're seeing things from their point of view. You're seeing things based on how they think and based on their views, etc. And for me, the easiest way to get there would be through thinking. I started this entire journey simply off of affirmations. Never did visualization. I visualize now, but I am recently diverting back to verbiage because I already have a love and passion for words, so it just makes sense for me to use more words than anything, than trying to strain my eye to see something. Although I don't strain, I'm really good at imagining. I'm just saying with others in mind who think that they have to visualize this scene perfectly in order to get what they want, and that's not necessarily the truth. You can think towards or think from the you who already has it and get a result as well. And we're going to get into all of that. Again, all of these videos are going to explain this. What explains it even more is the 21-day identity tuning journal. If you're interested in that, I have a digital and physical copy in my store. The link will be in the description below. I want to thank you so much for tuning in and watching. I recorded this video 5 times. And here's what I know about life. Because I now have motion and there's movement happening for me once more, because I've been purposely thinking from the version of me who has the motion and has, you know, things moving and working out for herself. I am being nudged to do certain things, but because my old identity wishes to still exist, certain things come up to attempt to frustrate me so that I can place my attention back on that, which will allow the old identity to thrive once more. If I can get her to focus on the frustration of it all, maybe she won't be interested in doing it. And if she's no longer interested in doing it, she'll pay more attention to me again, and I can continue to exist and thrive in her reality where there's no movement, there's nothing happening, and da-da-da-da. Don't fall for it. Falling for it would have been me not reattempting to record the video, but I didn't fall for it. I reattempted every time. This has been a 2-day process for this one video. And it seems to always happen to me when I want to move back into the direction of my channel, but I'm not falling for it. To fall for it would be to fall for the illusion, and I'm not doing it. So I hope that this video was clear. I hope even with my example, it helped. But I want to thank you all again for watching. Found in 21 members. We are starting this Sunday at 11 a.m. We're going to be journaling for the next 21 days straight. Again, this journal is my mind in digital form, physical form. All of you are getting the free copy of the digital journal, which I'll be sending out later on today, so that you can test to make sure that everything is working and running smooth by Sunday. And we're going to have fun. We're going to laugh. Hopefully nobody don't cry, but if we cry, we're going to cry. Because I'm a crybaby, I'm a water bag. We're going to laugh, we're going to cry. We're going to share our stories, whatever it is that you want to share. We're going to journal together. We're going to ask questions. We're going to get answers. And we're going to see what stretching our awareness collectively can actually do for us as a whole and individually. And I'm really excited about that. I put my heart into this. I really sat to give you everything that I possibly could to really guide you over the next 21 days. So I'm happy to see what you all think about it and get like honest opinions on it, and we'll tweak it as we go and all types of things. We just gonna have fun these next 21 days. I want to thank you so much for volunteering again. I feel like I keep saying that, but I'm really like just so grateful for you all for volunteering. I appreciate my day ones, and I appreciate all the newbies who are here as well. Thank you again for watching. I don't want to hold you too long. Have a great rest of your day and take care. And remember, stillness is a blank check. Okay? Silence, stillness is a blank check. And the only conviction you need is to actually work it. That's it. You don't need belief and faith and all of this hope when you already know how shit works. Okay? Trust yourself. Do it. Do the work that is necessary in order for you to actually see traction and motion, so that you can say, okay, she on to something. I tried that and it worked. Okay, so take care. Stay well. Bye, Soul Siblings.